Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. You know, everybody does a quick reaction out of the theater. Well, I'm doing a quick reaction after I just got done watching something in my living room because I'm getting ready to step out and go to the store. Anyway, hope you all doing good. I just got done watching The Gorge on Apple Plus. I told you guys in a couple of previous videos I was going to watch The Gorge. I had to pay $10 to get the Apple Plus app so I could watch it, and I didn't mind, and because when I go to the theater, I pay anywhere between $6 and $8 for a movie ticket. So I went on and got the Apple Plus app and off my Prime because Apple Plus is on Prime now. It's one of those things where you can get a subscription. So anyway, I got Apple Plus last night and I just finished The Gorge, and oh man, this is a very, very good movie. I mean, very good movie. I'm so impressed. This guy Anya Taylor Joy and Miles Teller. They work. I'm gonna give you the plot synopsis. We'll go from there. Anya Taylor Joy and Miles Teller work together to survive the evil that lies within the mysterious gorge. This is a great story. Seriously, great story. Then they start flirting with each other because the gorge is separated from the west and the east. Obviously the west is the United States and the east is Siberia, Russia, and all them kind of stuff. Well, she's a female working on the east side, and he's a male working on the west side. So they start flirting with each other through binoculars. It's pretty slick, and it had a little romantic twist to it too. It was pretty slick, and he went through. That man wanted to get across there so bad that he used this missile, and he dismantled this missile. It's kind of like I can't think of the name of that gun that shoots these little rocket launcher. I think it was, and he put a cable on there and shot it clear across that gorge, and then he used this thing and hooked himself on it. He went over there and he met her and they had dinner, and it was just really slick. It was nice little the way that. Here's the thing. It had some romantic stuff in there, and it did a good job setting up how they was flirting with each other and how they was communicating to each other through the binoculars, and how they was writing stuff on these papers, communicating with each other, and then they were playing chess and they were playing like talking about it was slick. It was slick. Wow, I'm very impressed with this movie. And then he gets ready to go. He spends the night, obviously they hook up and all this kind of stuff. She cooks dinner and all that stuff. And she's on the east side, he's on the west side. So he decides to go back. And on the way back, the cable gets loose somehow and he drops in the gorge. And the gorge is just way down. You don't know what's in this gorge, but you find out what's in this gorge after you get going. So she looks and she's like, oh my God. And he falls in the gorge. Well, then he automatically has a parachute. So his parachute, he pulls his parachute, and then he goes down in the gorge, and the gorge has kind of got a bunch of, you can't see anything in the gorge because it's like got this mist that you can never see the bottom of the gorge. So she freaks out and she just runs and jumps off the cliff, and on her side, and she has a parachute, and she parachutes down there, and then they end up finding each other. And man, when you get down to the bottom of this gorge, you really find out what's going on. You really find out what's going on. It's a bunch of stuff that the government has been hiding down there, and they have been using people to be there for a whole year. And there's a twist behind the people that they have, especially on the west side. I don't know about the east side. On the west side, there's a little twist because, there was this black guy. He was an American. He was telling the Miles Teller's character was relieving him. He said, "Man, I'm glad to see you, man. It's been a long year because they got to stay there a whole year." So they exchange. He tells them all what to do, and then he ends up going to the rendezvous where the helicopter goes to pick him up, the black guy that was there for a whole year. So when the helicopter picked him up, they put the cable down. They brought him up. And then they asked him, they said, everything go all right down there? He goes, yeah, man, I'm just glad to see you guys. And they said, thank you for your service, and shot him and killed him and dropped him down that gorge. I was like, what the? So this is the government. But then now you shoot into the two characters, which is Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller's character, and so that's how this movie takes off. But when you get down to that gorge, things just take off. And I was surprised because the movie kept you going. It kept you going like, all right, I'm getting into this, because if you watch the movie, there's a lot of romantic stuff in there, and you're trying to figure out what's in that gorge. But once they got in that gorge, because when he wanted to meet her so bad, and he got across that gorge, and then, they had dinner, and then, of course, they ended up, hooking up, and then they was attracted to each other, and I sit there and I said to myself, man, it's kind of weird, because they had to pick these people that didn't have kind of like nothing to lose, because this guy had nothing to lose. He had nobody waiting on him. He had nobody. So the military knew what they was doing when they recruited him. Now, as far as her on the east side, her mom died of cancer. Her dad was dying. So maybe on the east side, which is the Russian, Lithuania, and all that kind of stuff, the east side, they might have just thought, well, she doesn't have that much family members left, because her family was part of the military over in the east side, which is Russian, Ukraine, and all those other places. So then he was on the west side, and I think his family, he had some family members in the military, but he didn't have anybody, so he was expendable. So if you watch this movie is really slick. I mean, Apple did a good job with this. I'm shocked how good I literally got done watching this. So I'm telling y'all, man, put this on your radar. I tell you, when they got down that gorge and all this stuff just started unfolding. And you talking about the production value in this? But Apple Plus, they put a lot of money into their shows, and I'm telling you, this is a 4.5 star for me. But when they got in that gorge, man, it started showing all the stuff down there and all the stuff going on. It's almost like it was a secret secret military operation that was in coordinates with the east side. So you had United States, you had Russia, you had all kind of different countries that was down there in this gorge, and they was trying to make these. They was trying to make an edge on everybody in the military. It was a pretty slick. You have to watch this movie. There was a lot in it that just makes you think, wow, man. It's like this movie this is a great movie. Great movie. So anyway, The Gorge. It just came out on I think it came out on February the 15th. I don't think it came out on Valentine's, because I had this on my radar. This is a $10 well invested, because you know what I did? I got up this morning. I just canceled I canceled Apple Plus. I got them for 30 days, but I canceled them. So it's the same thing as going to a theater. You go inside theater, you pay for your ticket, you come out, and you just watch the movie, and that's it. Well, it's the same way with Apple. I was like, I got Apple Plus. I got for 30 days. I only paid $10, and I watched The Gorge. Now, am I going to watch some other stuff on there? Absolutely. But, anyway, The Gorge. The Gorge. Awesome. This movie is an hour and 29 minutes long, and it's a suspense. It's a suspense, man. And this is great movie. God bless. Take care. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.